All right, I'm going to go over some five-man contact formations that we may end up seeing. I know we will see down in Worlds in Tampa. I'm going to go over each of them. I'm going to go over what it is that they're trying to do out of those things. And that way you get an idea of what to expect, and you're already thinking about what they can do when you see that formation line up. So the first one is an empty formation. Empty just means that they don't have any dedicated blocker. Maybe it's three receivers on one side, center and a quarterback. Maybe it's twins on one side, ISO on the other. Maybe this guy's kind of shifted in, or these guys are shifted in. All it means is that there's no dedicated blocker. When they're in empty, you got to be thinking screens. You got to be thinking the quick passing game, or they're thinking that their quarterback is better and more athletic than the best rusher that we're going to send at him. So he thinks that he can play around with our guy, let things develop, and make plays down the field. So if you're the rusher, you got to be thinking like, oh, you think you're better than me. And then for all of us back here in coverage, we got to be thinking quick game, screens, things like that. Now, that doesn't mean people can't motion into different formations and do different things. That's a conversation for if we see that on the field. So we're just going to talk about kind of the basics right now. Now, bunch just means that you have multiple linemen, a quarterback, and a wide receiver. So you've got two tackles, you've got a center, you got a quarterback, and you've got a wide receiver. Maybe this wide receiver is attached as a tight end. Maybe he's split out here, maybe he's on the other side. Bunch just means they have all their blockers and one ISO guy. So they're either a solid line or it's three blockers or three linemen with an ISO receiver. It's a more of a running look. You can run the ball out of this formation. We've seen a lot of teams kind of run different power schemes and things like that out of it. And then obviously with blocks and then check downs to the flats and things like that is kind of the more common what we see from these, where the tackles will just kind of chip and then release. But bunch is kind of more of a short passing game because we're chipping and releasing, or they're wanting to run the football. And then you got split. All split means is there is one dedicated blocker. So maybe these two wide receivers, maybe they're on the same side, right? On this side, maybe they're on that side, maybe they're split like this. Split just means that there's a dedicated blocker. He's either lined up as a fullback or he's lined up as a tackle or tight end, okay? With this, it's a little more of a balanced approach for an offense. They can throw the ball more out of it, or there's running schemes that they can come out of that as well. So it's a little more of a balanced look, unlike here where it's quick game or my guy's better than yours, more running and check downs, flats. It's a little more of a balanced approach. Then we have the chaos, and that's all I'm going to call it. These are the crazy formations that teams will throw at you to try to catch you off guard and confuse you. Where they line a center up on one end of the sideline with a quarterback, center with a quarterback, receivers in the middle. They're tossing the ball back and forth to try to get us to shift and move before they put the ball down and snap it and get their play off. Maybe it's everybody's lined up on one side on the sideline over here. It's just we're going to call chaos anything that they want to throw at us from that standpoint that's just out of the ordinary from split, bunch, or empty.